I think laughter is like a really awesome like convergence of like a mental muscle, physical muscle, spiritual muscle, interconnect, right? Because like a part of it is like you start to notice that like, yeah, dude, you like all of a sudden life becomes lighter and more, you could deal with more. So you're spiritually stronger.
And it's almost like being in a meditative state too when you're having a good laugh, because you're really not thinking about anything else beyond what's funny, and you're living, you know, at a point where your mind and body are in harmony. Like your body's laughing, your mind's thinking about what, you know, what your body's laughing about. You're not like living in disconnect where your body's doing one thing, your body's washing dishes, and your mind's off somewhere else, like ruminating about something stupid you said earlier in the day. Like when you're laughing, you are totally in that moment on both planes.
It is something definitely that brings you presence. You become like super present. Like even you guys, like obviously we're always self-aware, like especially when we're being recorded, it's gonna go out into the world. Like there's this weird like self-awareness that happens, right? But like even you guys, did you guys notice that there was a time during the laughter where you guys were not, there was a moment, were you aware that you didn't care? Like you were beyond knowing you were being recorded?
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It took a little time to build up into that, but yeah, there was a moment there.
So that's presence to me. Like that's like a good, like for me, that's a good definition of presence. When you're like, you're so there that you're not there. Does that make sense?
Right.
Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
yeah, absolutely.
It's the feeling. It's like a floating feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, what's your perspective on happiness?
I think it's like pretty, like, it's like a pursuit. Like I like TJ's kind of like flow with that, you know, like it's all constantly a flow. It's constantly a pursuit. And a part of it is like it's like one of those yin and yang things, right? That within the pursuit is also happiness, like appreciating through the process, you then can be in a state of happiness by understanding you're pursuing happiness. Does that make sense?
Totally. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. No, I think, yeah, we've talked a lot about that, about how, you know, life is part getting to the next thing. You know, you can't stay in one place in life. You have to be expanding yourself. You have to be doing something new. You have to be embracing change. But at the same time, you know, you have to be happy where you're at, which is a difficult thing to do when you're always in a state of flux and life is inherently transient. So it's paradoxical, but like you have to enjoy where you're at, even though where you're at is constantly changing, you know?
There is this really interesting thing in Sikh philosophy, at least what I come to understand with death, right? And when they talk about it in the poetry, they talk about like if you're always in remembrance of this, like the immense interconnectedness, this quantum field, whatever you want to call it, in whatever language you want to use, like if you're in that constantly in that remembrance, then like if that's how you like die, that's like where you go. You go to that vast remembrance, you know, rather than like whatever happens after death. You're like you go with that understanding. It's a pretty interesting idea.
Absolutely.
I think knowing you can die at any moment is one of the keys to success as well. Like having that humble approach that this could be gone in an instant is
there's
top
probably
three.
like there's probably like multiple dimensions right now where like crazy shit's happening, and this is the end of this one. Like right here. So like thank you universe for being this universe. Like thank you, you know,
Exactly.
this dimension.
Exactly.